Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to Kitaj NBA. And today, we're going to be talking about a guy from the 2016 draft class. Okay, yeah, it's not fun to talk about this draft class usually just because it's so bad. And I don't like that. You know, for me, it's like I love when young players can come into this league and really shake things up. For the 2016 draft class, we haven't really seen that at all. And we're still not really seeing that. Okay, this video about Phoenix Suns forward Marquese isn't really going to change any of that. Okay, you know, he's really good, and he's been playing really good. We're going to talk about that, you know, what his impact is going to be on this team. I think that he's a piece for the future for this team, for sure. I think he's the starting power forward of the future. And I'm going to let you guys know why in this video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, I did down below. I got this was suggested, okay? In my last video, they said talk about Marquese. Someone said talk about Marquese. I'm like, yeah, well, he's been playing really well. I want to talk about what I think he can be in the NBA, so that's what this is. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, I did down below. Subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. Alright, so when you take a look at the Phoenix Suns' last few games, you're going to see a bunch of L's. The reason why is because the Suns shut down Eric Bledsoe and Brandon Knight. I believe Tyson Chandler as well. Maybe there was another veteran. Like, okay, basically what they're doing is they're tanking, yes, but the way to put this in a politically correct manner is by saying they're letting their young players get the run, because honestly, you take a look at the veterans on this team, Eric Bledsoe's not going to be in the Suns for much longer. This is just due to the fact that you got Devin Booker, okay? And you're probably going to draft a point guard. This Suns team, they're tanking. They want that number one pick. They want the best pick they can get, and the guy that they're going to get is likely going to be a point guard, whether it be Markelle Fultz or Lonzo Ball. The Suns have a pretty good shot at one of those players. Now, I'm not going to guarantee anything because it's definitely not guaranteed, okay? The lottery system has to play out, but there are other good point guards in the draft, like Dennis Smith Jr. and De'Aaron Fox and, you know, whoever. Or, you know, they pick a shooting guard. I don't know. I just feel like Eric Bledsoe doesn't really belong on this team in the long term. He's going to go play for a team that's better, a team that he can make better. There's really no reason for him to be playing on this Suns team. So basically, what all that means is, and of course, Brandon Knight's definitely not going to be here very long. Tyson Chandler's only here to help out young players, but they're going to give the young players the run. I don't know if there were more players that are getting shut down. But yeah, the point is for them to test, see what their young players are made of, give them a ton of minutes, and see if they can develop them. So guys like Tyler Ulis now in the starting lineup. Marquese has been a starter for a while. I don't think he started every game this season. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I might be, but I know he's in the starting lineup now. I'm pretty sure, at least. And like I said, Tyler Ulis, a guy like Derrick Jones Jr., young players that they want to see what they're made of if, you know, they're working for the future. I think they've realized that Marquese is definitely one of these guys. Now, to the reason why they're losing all these games is because they're coming out with a lineup with Tyler Ulis, Devin Booker, Derrick Jones Jr., Marquese and Allen Williamson. I think that's their starting five. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you know, the only guy we really know out of those guys is Devin Booker, and this guy Marquese is probably the second best player out of them. So when I tell you that Marquese is putting up 17 points, 7 rebounds per night in the last 5 games, you might be like, oh well, it's because he's the second best player now that's playing, right? You know, or the second option for sure, because they don't have a lot of guys that they're really going to now. All those guys that Eric Bledsoe, he was the best player on their team this season. He's not playing anymore. So it's okay, they want to go to their young guys. Why not get your lottery pick from 2016 involved? They probably just give him the ball a lot. But then you look at his minutes, okay? In those last 5 games, he's playing 28.5 minutes, 17 points, 28.5 minutes. Guys, it's amazing how much people underestimate points per 36 minutes. A lot of people are just like, they'll look at points per game. But when it comes to guys that don't play a lot of minutes or guys that are bench players, like for example, Lou Williams. Did you guys know that Lou Williams scores like 27 or 28 points per 36 minutes? So if he was a starter, he would be putting up those type of numbers, or maybe not exactly that because, you know, stamina's involved and You know, you're gonna key in on him if he gets hot, right? So, you know, maybe not exactly that number. But when Joel Embiid was putting up 20 points in 25 minutes a game, people really didn't care enough about those numbers. They were like, okay, Joel's averaging 20 points. But it's like, no, it's bigger than that. Marquese Chriss right now in these 29 minutes per game, 17 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks, a steal and a half. And the biggest thing that tells why this isn't a fluke, or a reason to believe this isn't a fluke, because it still might be. I mean, honestly, like he could end the season averaging like 5 points in his last 10 games or whatever. I don't know. I hope not. I want to see these young players get good. That's the fun thing. But you look at Marquese Chriss' percentages over these last 5 games. It's 54.5% from the field, 42% from 3. Okay, that's very solid. You know, if a guy wasn't prepared to be taking a ton of shots, and he was all of a sudden the second option, like I'm saying, he probably wouldn't be shooting as good of a percentage as that. 54.5%. That's exceptional. And then 42 from the three-point line. He's shooting a bunch of jump shots. I think that he's been playing really well. Now, another thing you guys might be saying is, okay, this is only 5 games. Well, you got to start somewhere, okay? He's had a pretty good month of March overall. He's averaging 13 in the month, but his minutes are getting ramped up now. We're going to get to see this, and maybe not these exact point totals, but we're going to get to see, you know, him play a lot of minutes. Last game against Miami, in 38 minutes, he put up 24 points, 7 boards on 7 of 9 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3, 8 of 10 from the line. And he's not a very good free throw shooter, but he's been getting better from there. Thing about Marquese Chriss, the biggest weakness about him is he's foul prone. I mean, the guy fouls a ton. This season, he's only averaging 20 minutes a game for the whole season, but he's committing over 3 fouls a game. That can't happen if you're going to be a starting caliber player. I know he's aggressive on both ends of the court. That's going to be a area of concern for him. He's going to want to work on that. Being more aggressive in more strategic ways, being smarter about, you know, physicalities throughout the game. Basically what I'm saying. So now we're going to talk about his skill set, specifics about Marquese Chriss. If you don't know about Marquese Chriss, the first thing to know is that this guy is a freak athlete. He's about 6'10". He's pretty skinny, and he absolutely jumps out of the gym. I mean, this guy could have been a dunk contest candidate, or, you know, a dunk, you know, whatever. He could have been the dunk contest, basically. He's that athletic. He's great at catching lobs. Okay, he's got pretty good hands. He can throw it down. He can get big blocks, too. I mean, he's a highlight big man. He's athletic. He can dunk the ball, block the ball. So, you know, you might be thinking, okay, well, he's kind of like DeAndre Jordan. Well, I wouldn't say like that because, you know, he's not that strong. He's not built enough yet. He's going to get stronger, believe me, because he's shown his ability to impose his will on defensive players with his athleticism. So he adds that strength. That's a whole nother weapon. Okay, he's already getting blocks. Again, Marquese Chriss, like I said, he's 42% from 3. So not only does he have the physicality inside, the athleticism inside that he can use against defensive players or, you know, on the other end of the court, but he can shoot the three-point shot. That is so critical. A stretch 4 that's athletic like that. In his last 5 games, 42% from 3, and he's making over 1.5 a game over that span. This guy can shoot the basketball from 3. He's getting better at that shot. I didn't know he had that shot coming into the league, but yeah, he's 33% in the season. He's going to be getting more opportunities in these coming games. His field goal percentage at 45% from the season. You know, that's not bad. I mean, that's pretty good compared to most rookies. He's got so much potential when I look at him. You know, and I'm not so sure, because when I look at this draft class as a whole, am I really going to sit here and say, okay, Marquese Chriss is definitely the best player from this draft? He's going to be the best player from this draft class. Can I say that? Can I say that the best player out of these guys is going to be Marquese Chriss? I don't know. I'm not so sure about that. Just because you look at the players in this draft class, it's like, well, is he the best one? But everybody else was disappointed pretty much. And this guy, I mean, he's playing better. He's got a ton of potential. That's what leads me to believe that he could be the best player from this draft class when his career is all said and done. So now I'm going to talk about what I think he can do in the future, specifics. Playing alongside Devin Booker and a lottery pick next year, whether that be Lonzo Ball, Markelle Fultz, Dennis Smith Jr., or if they decide to pick a forward like Josh Jackson. That would be incredible to see Josh Jackson and Marquese Chriss as a 3-4 tandem alongside Devin Booker. So they're just building. I mean, this team is they're going to be really nice in a few years. I have a feeling that Dragan Bender pick with the 4th pick this year, you know, it might have looked pretty stupid. But it made it look a little less stupid by the fact that, you know, everybody else is not that good either. Dragan Bender isn't very good, and he definitely shouldn't have been picked 4th, it looks like. But, you know, I don't know. I mean, it's not like they could have picked somebody else that would have made a huge difference, right? But he can be a part of their future. I'm not sure what he has really. I'm still waiting for him to explode because I think that he has it in him, but I don't know. Marquese Chris has definitely been better, though, for sure. No question about it. He's going to be relied on a lot. We're going to get to see him tested in that area. But in future years to come, I can see this guy being a 10 plus, 11 plus rebound guy, 2+ blocks for sure. This guy could average 3 blocks, maybe. I don't know. 3 blocks, that's a lot. Maybe 2.5 blocks. 2.5 blocks, 2 blocks to 2.5 blocks. This guy he's real when it comes to that. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say maybe we can get 17 or 18 points out of him. Maybe 20. At his full potential, I don't know though. What's my prediction? My prediction is I'll see him in his prime averaging 16, 17 points. Oh, maybe 18. I don't know. This is hard because, you know, you gotta have that jump shot. He gets that jump shot going, you know, it could be over, right? This guy could be up to 18 points, 11 or 12 boards, 2 blocks, something like that. That's great. I mean, that's fantastic. This guy's definitely a piece of the future of the Suns. And I'm excited that we can get a guy playing like this from that draft class. So, yeah, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. Comment how good you think MC... Why did I just say that? Marquese Chris. Fuck me, dude. How good do you think he's going to be? Comment that down below. You want to see another video like this on a different player? Who do you want to see it on? Comment that below. Subscribe if you're new. Like it up if you enjoy. And I'm out. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.